Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to George Daniel Field and tonight's senior night for the class of 2020. First off, we have the athletic trainers, Emily Wilkerson, being escorted by Mother Wendy, Brother Donnie, Grandpa Lester Wicker, and Grandma Ingrid Wicker. Next, we have athletic trainer Mia Hilko, escorted by Mother Michelle, Father Brian, and Sister Hannah. For the and grandmother Doris Cannon. Now let's meet the class of 2022 and the Lorain High Titans football team. Desmond Noble, being escorted by Mother Destiny Casey, Godfather Christopher Chapman, and Uncle Terrence Casey. Jair Frost, being escorted by Coach Creel, Miss Prozak, and Mother Dominique Fowler. Next, Nehemiah Elliott, escorted by Felicia Marshall. Jermaine Childs, escorted by Shakita Pickett. Next, from the class of 2022, Demarian Rivera, escorted by Mother Nicole Smith, Brother Deontay, Cousin Portia, and Sisters Heaven, Nieva, and Faith. Navion Wright, escorted by Mother Dorothy Adams, Brother Nashon, Sisters Denisha and Dynasty, Aunt Millie, and cousins Danea and Emily. Fredo Cote Gatto, our next senior, escorted by Father Wilfredo Gote and Alana Thomas. Next, we have Michael Demoso, escorted by Mother Julia and Father Michael Bosom. Next, we have Sean Scarvelli, escorted by Mother Jillian, Father Matt, Sister Leah, and Brother Cole. Next up for the class of 2022, Jerry Martin Jr., escorted by Father Jerry Martin Sr. and Mother Joanna. Next up, Roberto Diaz Jr., escorted by Father Robert Sr., brothers Montrell and Ryan, and sisters Shalea. Next up for the Titans football program and the class of 2022, Robert Gonzalez Jr., escorted by Mother Blanca, Father Robert Sr., Brother Carmelo, Sister Ashley, and niece Emily. Next up, Xavier Smith, being escorted by Father Herman and stepmother Stephanie. Anthony Poole, escorted by Mother Melissa Gibson, Brother Micah, and Sister Morgan. And rounding out the Titans football program, Tyler Costco, being escorted, by Mother Vicky, Father Tim, Brother Timmy. And we also have Jacob Addis, being escorted by Father David, Mother Tracy, Sister Hannah, nieces Isabella and Aubrey, and best friend Jace Wilt. Now let's move on to the Lorain High Titans volleyball team. Jaya Beard, being escorted by Mother Courtney Wooten, Aunt Amelia, Grandma Janu, Lord Cousin, Carlos Cousin, and Kenner Cousin. Yeah, what up? Oh, okay. I was looking on the field. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, because you told me to hurry up, I was just looking what's on the. Okay. Okay, my bad. All right. Okay. We're going to pause and get the pictures caught up. So stand by as we get caught up here. See, I was just looking. I thought they were just coming out from the. I didn't even see them doing the pictures here.
Boyer kicks off the band. She's on the 15, not 15, the 18-yard line.
Okay, so go back and number 73. Okay, all right. Bye. All right, we're going to return to senior night here and get back to a semblance of order with Sean Scarvelli, mother Jillian, father Matt, sister Leah, and brother Cole. Next up, Jerry Martin Jr., escorted by father Jerry Martin Sr. and mother Joanna. Next up, Robert Gonzalez Jr., being escorted by mother Blanca, father Robert Sr., brother Carmelo, sister Ashley, and niece Amelia. Xavier Smith, being escorted by father Herman and stepmother Stephanie. Anthony Poole, being escorted by mother Melissa Gibson, brother Micah, and sister Morgan. Jacob Addis, being escorted by father David, mother Tracy, sister Hannah, nieces Isabella and Aubrey, and best friend Jace Wilt. Tyler Costco, being escorted by mother Vicky, father Tim, and brother Timmy. Next up, representing the volleyball team, Jaya Beard, being escorted by mother Courtney Wooten, Aunt Amanda, grandma, Lord Cousin, Carlos Cousin, Kiara Cousin, grandmother Sylvia. Next up, Chloe Karpinski, escorted by mother Lydia, grandmother Sandy, and sister Maya. Next up, Alexis Dunnigan, being escorted by Father Kelly and Mother Jackie. Next up, Bonnie Lawrence, being escorted by Mother Tony, Grandfather Tony, representing the soccer team. And representing the golf team, Amelia Yancey, being escorted by Mom Rachel, Dad Arnold, and Sister Isabella. Now you will be meeting the class of 2022 and the band members.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're now going to announce the Lorain High School Titans marching band singers. First up is Danielle Boyer, escorted by Mother Christine, Brother Travis, and Brother Christopher. Next up is Emily Collins, escorted by Juliana, best friend, and Jackie Jackson's cousin. Next up from the band is Isabella and Lisa Cruz, escorted by Gigi Mom, Orlando Dad, and Sayla, older sister. Next up is Braje De Young, escorted by Stacy, Mom, Khalid, Micah, Nana, brothers, Michaela, Stephanie, sisters, number 17, TJ, Anaya, Lasharia, Aaliyah, and Tony. Next up from the Lorain High School Titans Marching Band is Esteban Gomez. Esteban is escorted by Elizabeth Sunia Tovar, Armando Facundo Sunia, and Isaac Gomez, brother. Next up from the Titans Marching Band is Nathaniel Gomez. Nathaniel is escorted by Kara Hutchinson, David Gomez, dad, Katie Gomez, stepmom, and Tom Hutchinson, stepdad. Okay, next up from the marching band is Naomi Guzman, escorted by Patricia Jacino. Okay, next up from the flag line is Amaya Jacinto. Amaya is escorted by Marco Jacinto, dad, Vanessa Jacinto, mom, and Milena Jacinto, sister. Oh, Jones. Next up, we have Alexis Jones. Alexis is escorted by Chiquita Jones and dad, Gerald Jones, brother Gerald Jones, Doris Cannon, grandmother, Tina Marie, sister-in-law, King Cannon. Next up is Melinda LaBoy. Melinda is escorted by her mother, Amanda Kovacs. Next up from the marching band is Jaylianis LeBron. Jaylianis is escorted by Mr. Wotton and Miss Bauer. Our next marching band senior is Trayvon Lagarde. Trayvon is escorted by mom Kelly, sister Lexi, brothers Caden and Corey. Our next Titans marching band senior is Alexandria Lopez. Alexandria is escorted by Lisa Lopez, mom, Jimmy Lopez, dad, Angelina Lopez, sister, Mickey Gonzalez, aunt, Angie Gonzalez, aunt, Melissa Hernandez, aunt, Noel Santiago, and uncle Miguel Baez. Our next marching band senior is Charlisa Mason. Charlisa is escorted by Tracy, her mother, and sister, Trey. Our next Lorain High School Titans marching band color guard member, senior, is Juliana Miranda. Juliana is escorted by Emily Collins and Jackie, cousin. Next up is senior Faisara Olatoye. Faye is escorted by her mom, Toy, her brother, Balan, her dad, Alex, uncles Avery and Roderick, and her best friend, Desire. Or Renteria. Our next marching band senior is Nefmarie Renteria. Nefmarie is escorted by Iris, her mom, and Lucy, stepmom. Our next marching band senior is Christian Robita. Christian is escorted by Nina Robita, mom, Brian Hodge, stepdad, Marklin Hamilton, grandpa, and Nicholas Hamilton, uncle. Our next Titans marching band senior is Domenico Rodriguez. Domenico is escorted by Onita Rodriguez, Dominicano Luzardo, Sammy Sanchez, Kiko Santiago, Imani Morales, and Chelsea Weatherington. Our next marching band senior is Alejandro Rojas. Alejandro is escorted by Pablo Maria, Pablo Jr., Anastasia, and Christopher Torres Rojas. Our next marching band senior is Josie Rufo. Josie is escorted by Sue Rufo, grandma, Gabby Rufo, sister, and parents Jim and Anna Rufo. Our next marching band senior is Rakaya Smith. Rakaya is escorted by Aldrina Wade Smith, mother, Carrington Wade, brother, and Ricky Smith, dad. Next up for the Titans marching band seniors is Angel Slaughter. Angel is escorted by Geneva, her mom, Owen, her brother, and Avery Thomas standing in for her father, and also Krista Green, her aunt. Next up from the Lorain High School Titans flag line is Kathy Silva. Kathy is escorted by Paul Robertson, boyfriend. Next up from the flag line is Alexandria Terrell, escorted by mom and dad, Amanda and Dale, sisters Bella and Samantha, brothers Braden and Dominic, grandma and grandpa Ed, Marcia, Pam, Dwayne, cousins Blakely and Addison. Next up is Desire Tinsley Lumpkin, escorted by Mother Diamond, Father Curtis, Stepdad Jesse, Stepmom Tamika, and Fayasara, best friend. Should I say last? Say at the end, give it up for your marching band seniors. Next up, we have Kalia Williams, escorted by Stacy Jackson, mother, Anthony Jackson, stepdad, Kenneth Williams, father, Seth, uncle, Cami, sister, and Nelson Russo, brother-in-law. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your Lorain High School Titans Marching Band seniors.
I was actually terrified that you were going to kill him. The first time I called your name and he grabbed the hand closest to you, I'm like, oh. Did you see it standing there? And then I'm like, oh, he's standing opposite of the Oh, did he? Okay. He's like, they won't let me put him down. I said, I'll take care of it. And then I'm like, shoot, I know what it's called, that I have it fixed. And so, like, I'm kind of in there, somebody has got to go to my teacher, tell me the case, and then I know that, yeah, Jeremy took it over there. I forgot to tell you. So far away.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes, that's what he said.
Good evening and welcome to George Daniel Field. It's Football Thursday in Lorain. The Titans of Lorain High in their final home game host the gentlemen from Shaker Heights.
Raiders.
The Red Raiders. And it's the last home game already, Tom. It doesn't seem like it, but boy, is this the stereotypical fall evening football weather. That's overcast, a little mist in the air. We had senior night recognition ceremonies before the game, and as the band leaves the field, we are set to begin. These are two teams in similar situations through the first 5 weeks in that neither had a win.
Yeah.
But Shaker Heights has won their last two, both conference games over Garfield Heights and Shaw. The Titans actually had a lead against Shaw.
Against the Garfield.
Garfield last week, and have yet to play Shaw.
Which is going to be the last game of the season at Shaw.
Lorain will kick off from the north end of the field, and we'll see what's going on. Well, Shaker Heights has got three returning all-LEL performers, a couple of which have some D1 offers, and we'll see them when they go on defense. Tyler Costco, number 16, will put the ball in play for the Titans. Left of center and between the hashes.
I think I see Shaker has moved up to about the 20-yard line. So
now they're backing up a little bit.
Did they see anything in the report that said
I'm sure they've seen every one of our games with huddle anymore. Line drive kick caught at the 15 and brought forward. Outside, number 11, Brendan Walker.
I heard a whistle.
At about the 40. Inside, let's see, right at the 45 of Lorain. So across the 50 and into great field position for Shaker Heights. Tom, I'm going to turn up the lights here because the person who printed the Shaker Heights roster in the offseason must do inscriptions on grains of rice. The printing is that small.
I printed myself and I can't read it. I can't read it.
It's tiny. They've got two columns, and I think it's probably an 8 font.
Yeah.
So set to go. First play from scrimmage. 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders. Returning to the LEL, they were original conference members. Give straight ahead to Jalen Price. He's got a big hole, 13. Number 2, Adam Diaz is the QB. 11, Brendan Walker, the man that returned the opening kickoff, is one of the wide receivers in the slot to the near side, 2 to each side on 1st and 10, and another big hole right up the middle.
That's usually a sign that they have some good interior linemen over there. That's 2 up the middle holes that I could have ran through.
Not without getting tired.
Oh.
Now they come up and look to the sideline. The evolution of football. Call the play at the line. Snap is high, but same look again right between the guards and down to the 20 for another first down. That is Jalen Price. So he's got 3 carries for 25 yards, and we've played 58 seconds. And Shaker is in the red zone officially. 3 receivers to the near side now. They've got to have the backers set up for a pull it. He pulls it and keeps it. That is Price, that is Diaz, and he goes 20 yards untouched into the end zone for the first score of the game. With 10:42 to go in the first quarter, Tom.
Well, I said it before, I think the last game, and I hate to keep kicking a dead horse, but a lot of times the defense is over strong to their weak side and under strong, therefore, to their strong side. Now that we have to keep looking at that because this is the wide side he ran to, and I don't think we had enough people over there.
Snap and kick is good.
Snap was not good. The hold was not good, but the kick was.
Yeah. 22, Daniel
Yeah.
Geisler puts it through, and just like that, Shakers on top, 7-0.
You know, in years past, Lorain team could a lot of times make up that because they would try to outscore the other team.
Right.
So this team has to get to that scoring ability themselves. They're going to have to find a way to score.
Last week at Garfield, if there was a positive to be taken away from that loss, you know, it was that they did move the ball and put their first 2 touchdowns on the board since week 2, as a matter of fact.
Well, I remember they were in a Wildcat a few games ago,
Right.
and they had a nice drive up and down the field there.
And Joseph Wyatt ran the ball very well. He ran for 1 touchdown, threw 1 last week, and we'll see him.
That's because he's not a sophomore anymore. He's coming of age.
Yes.
He has had 7 games under his belt now.
Muhammad El-Mashi puts it in play. It's a short kick covered by the Titans at about the 41.
11, Elliott jumped on
Elliott
that.
Nehemiah, yes, alertly. And that's something else that they've seen. I mean, Lorain has lost a couple of those short kicks. And Shaker Heights thought, why not? We're playing with house money. We've scored once in a minute. And the Titans will come out for the first possession. 3, Joseph Wyatt is the quarterback. Interestingly enough, number 15, Navon Wright, and number 54, Anthony Poole, are the wings to either side. Now Poole's lined up as a tight end. All the receivers, 4 of them to the near side, tight end to the far side. Wyatt rolls. Wyatt wants to throw. Got a man in the hole.
And nice catch.
Nice pitch and catch there. That is Derek Morta, number 80, and he's got the first down across the 50. Well done, guys.
I'm looking at the size of Shaker's nose man.
Oh, my goodness.
I think Jermonte Bowen.
That's a big fella.
330.
Yeah.
Center's going to have his hands full, but I think he'll hand to him.
The center is Scarvelli. Wyatt pulls it down, runs ahead, gets a couple. That was a designed keep, I believe. He had Gonzalez out at the sideline and 2 other receivers downfield, but I think that was just to get some movement. Rafael Hagler into the Titan lineup. Morta and Gonzalez are wide to this side. Hagler is in the slot, and on the far side, I am going to take a stab that's Trevon Williams, but I can't see a number. Gonzalez in motion. Here comes the fake to the jet sweep whistle. The Titans move too soon.
Dang. That's what I was looking for in games past. Now you got to fake that to one side and come back, counter back the other side.
And they were going to do it right there, and they haven't done it. So
now
that'll take it back behind the 50. It's going to be 2nd and 12.
So I don't think you can do the same play now because they'll be looking for that. You got to wait a couple plays for that. Maybe now you run the jet sweep and let them keep it.
And that, I don't know if they're running in that as they run the counter again. And Joseph Wyatt got run into rather rudely as he got back to the line of scrimmage. And it's 3rd down and 12. Elliott back in, replacing Wright. Three receivers to the near side. Morta, the wide man. 2 to the far side. Wyatt is all by his lonesome. Straight back. Wyatt loads it up. Has a man overthrew.
Just a little bit overthrown.
And when Joseph misses, that's how he's been missing, is wild high. And that's just footwork and form. That was a good read, and he had a man where he wanted him. And just, he's got to follow through a little bit better on that. So that'll bring up 4th down and punt formation. And that is Robert Gonzalez, number 4. Double safety for Shaker. High snap. Gonzalez pulls it down. Boot is away. Something came off. I don't know. I don't know if you noticed that, Tom.
A
The
shoe?
ball's going to be downed at the 20. When Gonzalez kicked that, something flew off. I don't know if it was part of his shoe or
He must have scooped it up. I don't see anything on the field. So.
Yeah, I don't either. But it was really a strange play. So Shaker will go on offense for the second time, 80 yards away. And they lead 7-0 with 8:45 to go first quarter. They send 2 out to the near side. Bryce Aliff, 9, and Brandon Walker, 11. Diaz is the quarterback. Jalen Price behind him in the gun. Gives straight ahead, and they're showing what they should. You know,
There's the first gang tackle we've seen
Right.
so far.
gain of 2. One of our old buddies, Gene Kennedy. You run it until they stop it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what this is.
Yeah.
Every play other than the counter they scored on has been up the middle, and the counter was off the fake up the middle. So 2nd and 8, we'll call it. Once again, the play comes in. Trips to the near side now for Shaker. Back to look. It's going to be a bubble screen and going to a knee.
I think he took his knee for a
Yes,
loss.
he did. That is number 9, Bryce Aliff, the wide receiver. And he had 2 blockers out there. He was coming back behind them, but the turf is a little bit damp. And lost his gription, as the kids would say. So 3rd and 11. Twins to each side. That wide receiver to the top, Tom, has got to be 30 yards away from the ball.
You don't know if they have an arm to get it to him now.
Right. Diaz steps up, and that's who he's looking for, and he overthrew him. Decent coverage on the play. That was number 3, Aiden Diaz. I'm going to guess that might have been older brother Adam throwing the ball, and just overthrew him, but nice coverage on that play by the Titans.
And there was a question about the arm to get it to him.
Yeah, Dennis Pettis, 23, was back there, along with, I believe it was Gonzalez, the safety. Twins safeties for Lorain. Trevon Williams is 17, and I cannot tell the number of the person on the near side, although I would guess it might be Robert Gonzalez. Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Punt formation for Shaker. Punter standing at the 5, waiting for the snap. It's a good one. Step and away. Short but high kick. It's going to land on the.
I think it touched a
Well,
Titan. Still alive.
Wow.
Wow.
Now, I don't know if it touched the Titan first. You know, it's interesting. And they're going to put it back because it hit a Raider first.
Okay.
And once it hits the kicking team, there's a no harm, no foul call there. You can do whatever, and you're going to end up with the ball. And so it did hit a Shaker player first, which is why they're going to spot it at the 49.
And it wasn't that the Lorain boy tried to catch it. It
No.
just hit him I wasn't even facing him.
Yeah, but it hit the Shaker player first, which means you can pick it up and run with impunity. You're not going to be any worse than when it was touched. Wyatt, second possession, 3 to the near side, 2 to the top side. Now he switches the side of Elliott. Snap back, bubble out near side. Gonzalez makes a move, gets just across the 50 for about 2. And that's what the Titans have used as a major part of their running game, is getting the ball outside the tackle. So it's 2nd and 8. Elliott again changes sides, come to the near side. 3 to the top, 2 to the short side here. High snap. Wyatt lost it. It's going to be recovered by Shaker. Coming out of there with the ball was Mohammed Cook, one of the defensive linemen who returns from last year. And I believe we heard that he has some D1 offers, didn't we, Tom?
Yes, might have already committed to Air Force Academy.
Okay. So On the turnover, Shaker takes over at the 41.
They list him here at 334. He doesn't look like he's 334.
No, I gotta
that
believe
got to
that
be
that's a typo.
Because we were wondering how he's going to get up in the plane at that Air Force Academy.
So 1st and 10, Shaker scored on their first possession, punted on the second. Beneficiary of a turnover. Diaz back, wants to throw, now pulls it down, looking for room, found it. He's going to have a first down and a lot more. He's going to score. One man to beat, and he beat him to the pylon.
Not only was that a nice run, but there was some downfield blocking that you have to give.
The kids were aware.
You have to give the Raiders credit on that.
So Mr. Diaz, with 6:16 to go in the quarter, has his second touchdown run. This one from 41. So on 2 lengthy scrambles, he's got 20 and 41 yards and 2 touchdowns. And we're 13 looking for 14 here as the kicking team comes in. Geisler, 22, will kick out of the hold of number 18, Miles Madden. That one's away. Much better timing on it and through. And just like that, one play after the turnover, it's 14-0. And a lot of times you'll see a team go for the jugular, and that's looked like what they were going to do on the pass, but he was unable to find anybody and instead got the big one on the run. But we do have, they're lining up for the kick, Tom. Let me mention the Spaghetti Dinner fundraiser this Wednesday, October 13th. It's to benefit the Lorain Schools Issue 37 Levy Committee. It is served from 3 to 6 p.m. It's pre-sale only. Contact 440-654-8853 for tickets. Tickets are $10. That'll get you salad, spaghetti, meatballs, roll, butter, and cookies. And it's a pretty good bargain as fundraisers go.
It's an excellent bargain at $10.
Yes. So please help out the levy committee. I see the signs are out and up right now. Third time Shaker will kick, and that one's high and deep. Gonzalez comes up and takes it at the 14, ahead across the 25, and not much more.
Hey, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Hey,
Parker. In down here.
Where you at?
Down here where the ball is getting lined up right about now.
Okay.
So I just want to go back on that previous drive there.
Yeah.
So the big thing with Diaz is he has an amazing ability to scramble.
Yes.
With that being said, though, the defensive line is getting home on every single play.
True.
He's just stepping up in the pocket and making something happen with his legs.
Yeah, they may end up having to spy him with one of the linebackers because once he broke the pocket, as you said, the ability was evident. So Titans again, now down 14 and at the 26-yard line. That was Parker Kapranica on the sideline, the third member of the broadcast team. Motion from Hagler. That snap was low. Wyatt picked it up and kept it, and he's going to get ahead for a couple yards out to about the 28. That was all yards after contact.
One thing about centering, you have to be consistent.
Right.
The previous bad snap was too high. That one was too low. You got to keep them right there in the middle so that trigger man doesn't have to worry about where the ball's coming from.
I know the Titans had to make some adjustments on the offensive line late this week. Now Gonzalez is in the backfield. And the give is to him running off the left side. It gets ahead out over the 30 for about 4. And it'll bring up 3rd and 3.
Yeah,
go ahead, Parker.
Gonzalez is still listed as one of the top 10 running backs in the area, in the I think the Chronicle viewing area, which is Lorain County.
Sure.
I think he's listed about 7th.
Wyatt again has him set with Gonzalez back behind him.
I think they jumped.
Now they look for the motion, and it still looks funny to me when you put your hand on the ground that you're able to move.
I think that rule was just recent.
Must be. Here comes motion from Poole, whistle. I think that delay of game penalty is going to be a break as there was another high snap.
And I think maybe that 330-pound nose man might be causing some problems up there.
Yes.
You got to worry about blocking him.
Yeah, it's not like on a field goal or a punt where they can't touch you. Your only job is to get the ball back. I mean, he's not on the ball right now.
No, he substituted.
Yeah, okay. He's out for nachos maybe. There's a give on a kind of a counter look. Who was that? That was Gonzalez.
Yep. And
the penalty made it a little too long to pick up, and it'll be punt time once again for the Titans, trailing 14-0. 4:15 to go in the quarter. Gonzalez is out to kick.
I think that the return people are giving him a lot of respect as deep as they are.
Oh, that one's off the toe.
It's going to get a roll. It's going to get a roll.
And they're going to let it bounce, and that's a good thing for Lorain as that ball's going to roll down inside the 30 to about the 28. Shaker will take over there. That was just almost a miss. You could see it came right off the toe. And, you know, if you've been around a punter, you know that they don't kick it with the toe. They kick it with the instep. Yeah. And he didn't get any instep on that one.
But it was rolling forward.
Right.
Which means going to hit, it's going to get another 20-yard roll.
You know, we've talked about the way the football bounces all season, and we haven't gotten too many of those good bounces. So Shaker Heights comes out again, fourth time with the ball in the first quarter, and that's a lot of possessions, Tom.
Yes, it is.
Scored on 2.
One punt.
One punt, that's correct. Now this is Diaz, but that's a different running back next to him right now. He has him set, takes the snap. He's going to roll to his left and throw. Okay, good coverage by the Titans right there. Number 22, Roberto Diaz, was in the passer's vision, and Trevon Williams, 17, was also out there. Pass was intended for Brandon Walker, number 11. And Diaz on the roll. That was a tough throw. Snap back, give straight ahead. Different running back, same idea. This time it's 26, Will Votruba. And he is brought down after a short gain.
Well, here's the defense has to step up. I assume this is a passing down, 3rd and 9. They got to step up and keep them in the punting
number
mode.
One, they've got to keep the quarterback in the pocket and make it a passing down and not a scrambling down. If that's, in fact, what the play call is. And it's straight back for Diaz, so it is. And he steps up, and he's got a man behind everybody. And that was caught.
It was. I think it was touched by Lorain first.
I do, too.
Right through his hands.
Williams, Costco, and Gonzalez were all out there, and one of them got a hand on that. But a little bit of a circus catch there by Aiden Diaz, number 3. And it's first down, Shaker Heights. Sometimes the other team just makes a play, Tom. You were in the right spot with the right guys, and you had a hand on the football, and it just didn't bounce your way.
Yeah, you got the Diaz brothers beat you.
Straight ahead give. This is Votruba again, and he's got a big gain that time, and it's going to be good for 10 and a first down.
I think it was first touch by Jelon Delaney.
I'm not sure.
I think he had first hit. I don't know if he brought him down or needed help.
They're using the aggressiveness of the Titan front against us a little bit. You've got the 2 men inside. That's Luke Wilson, number 60, and 37, Tremaine Suttle, I believe. And there they are, right in the middle of the field. That was well defensed. Gain of a couple.
Yeah, Lorain called the blitz right into the hole they ran. That was a nice call. trying to figure out that inside game of theirs.
So second and call it 7.
I'm not sure that right.
I was going to
end
say the
is-
right. Yeah, they had to fill that gap or we were in trouble. And now here comes Diaz again, and he throws it on the run. If he wasn't over the line, it was so close.
And he had a sidearm out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the coaching point there is that you still got to slow down, square your shoulders to
Right.
get that.
He had a
Not that he was
lot
under
on the ball, but
yeah.
he wasn't in danger of touching anyone.
He wasn't pressured by a defensive player.
And from where the ball is now spotted, I'm thinking he was over the line.
Yeah.
By about 3 yards. Diaz again on 3rd and 7. And there's the give straight ahead again into the hole.
That's 44 again.
Yeah, Navon Wright 15, 44. Jaylon Delane shut that one down after no gain. And it'll be 4th and 7. Once again, playing with house money, up 14 in the first quarter. Shaker will go for it.
Oh, they're trying to draw him off.
Now, they scored on 4th down the first time they had the ball on the quarterback keeper. Clock ticks with 1:12. Diaz wants it, pulls it down, and he's going to have the first down and a lot more again. He makes a cut into the middle. He is down inside the 5-yard line. And once again, Tom, when he breaks the pocket, there's nobody within 15 yards of the line.
Well, you see that Lorain brought all the linebackers up.
Yep.
And if you get too much penetration, you leave all kind of gaps.
Well,
all kind of gaps.
So 1st and goal at the 3 with 50 seconds to go, first quarter. Rolling is Diaz. He wants to throw. Good coverage there. Is that 23 or 33?
23.
Dennis Pettis, I believe, number 23 on the coverage. Broke it up. And that'll stop the clock with 39 seconds to go in the quarter.
Parker checking in here.
How you doing, bud?
Oh, pretty good. I just want to make the comment. Teron Williams has been in on every single passing play, and he has been playing phenomenal coverage down here.
Well, he's very athletic. We know that. Straight ahead give. And wandering into the end zone is 26, Will Vortruba, for the 3rd score of the quarter. And that was from 3 yards. And it's 20 with 34 seconds left in the quarter. Line drives it through one more time.
Yeah.
And it's 21-0. And quite honestly, Shakers looked pretty much unstoppable. Did you know that if you are a parent or student, you can receive text notifications from Lorain City Schools? Sign up for them by texting Y or yes to 67587. 67587. School Messenger will allow you to get updates from any building that you had selected in final forms, any and every building. So be the first person on the block to know if there's a snow day. Be warned if there's a in-service day or parent-teacher conferences. Get all kinds of information via cell phone text by that one simple steps.
All you have to do is sign up.
Yep. Shaker again to kick, 4th time in the quarter. Nice short approach for that kicker, and he got it to the 10. This is Williams, and he's out across the 25, lowered the shoulder, and a rugby scrum ensued.
Well, see, now there's 22 people out there, and only 3 not on that.
I was going to say, there was a lot of people.
And there's a case of Shaker staying in their lane.
Yes.
There was no place to go after he tried to make that initial cut. Yeah.
Now the big dog is back out there. 54, Jamonte Bowen.
Oh, yes.
6'4" and a biscuit shy of 350. I formation in the gun for the Titans. Wyatt's got Gonzalez behind him. Morta's all alone out here now. Poole changes sides, and Gonzalez follows Poole out to the 30 for a short gain of a couple. And that could have been the last play of the quarter, Tom. Let's give that offensive line a mention while the clock runs down here. In no particular order, Evan Herkovic, Tamarian Rivera, Shane Ramey Rowland, Jacob Addis, and Sean Scarvelli are the front five, and that'll do it for the first quarter. We've played one at the George. Shaker Heights 21, Lorain nothing. Back with more after this timeout. Back here for the start of the second quarter, 2nd and 8 for Lorain. Wyatt gives to Gonzalez, and to the surprise of no one, there were more Shaker people on the Lorain side of the ball than there were Lorain people that time, as they guessed right. It seems to me that with Gonzalez in the backfield, Lorain is almost a certain run. And with Gonzalez on the wing, a certain pass.
Well,
they've got to mix something up here.
If you see it, they see it.
Yeah. And that's just, my observation from 3 possessions tonight. Snap back to Wyatt, pulling it down and making a move out to the far side. They have him spied, though. He gets a couple and stood up at about the 31.
He's taken down hard to the turf also.
Right. Now, this is a new part of Joseph Wyatt's game that he found last week, is the confidence to pull it down and go. And he scored on a scramble last night.
Yeah.
Or last weekend, excuse me.
See, in this kind of a formation, the trigger man, the quarterback there, has to be the counter runner.
Right.
You need a counter in your offense to keep those linebackers at home.
And the Shaker linebackers were very disciplined right there in their drops and not too deep, where I'm sure that they have, as we've said, seen all the games on huddle. Now there's a timeout on the field. And I'm not sure what's what. There's a whistle.
Lorain.
Timeout, Lorain.
Well, 4th down.
Is it, though?
I don't think so.
I think we've run 2 plays this series. Gonzalez on 1st down for 2, and then Wyatt right there.
I don't remember how many plays they had going in the other direction before they.
I guess it is 4th down. I guess they ran 1 down there.
Yeah, they did down there.
Yeah, the stick was wrong when we got there. That's what it was.
That's why they had to call timeout, because they had to decide which one was right.
So Gonzalez will be in punt formation. Single safety for Shaker. Let's see if they come after this one. Snap back. They sent the big dog up the middle, and he almost got home just because of size. Ball free and covered right at the 38.
When you talk about the way the ball bounces, that bounced
Yeah.
right back. And balls almost never bounce right back into
No.
the receiver's hands after he muffs it.
That was Trey McNutt, the freshman wide receiver. Back deep. That's trust for a freshman, Tom.
Yeah.
So Shaker will come out again. They've scored 3 of the 4 times they had it. Defense is set. Julius Manning is over the ball. Can't get the other 2 people. Diaz wants to throw. He's chased now out of the pocket. They had a spy, and nicely done there by that spy. That was 22, Roberto Diaz, who was ready and waiting, and that time it turned into a 3-yard gain. And we'll have to count that as a victory.
That's
I guess they're going to give him 4 and make it 2nd and 6. There was a lot of time there, so I'm assuming the secondary had pretty good coverage. And then Tremaine Suttle was the first one through. Again, he's chased from the far side and on the run, skips it into his receiver. Again, Tom, you've talked about getting the shoulders square, and that's just something he's not
doing.
No,
not doing. When he was in a pocket pass, the long 40-yard, 50-yard pass he had, not complete. I think he was in a pocket. He might be a better pocket passer, but he also is a runner.
Yes.
So you got to be able to
but
throw on
once
the
he
run.
pulls it down, you've got to know that
Yeah.
it's run first, and you'll take your chances if he's throwing on the run. So 3rd and 6. Straight back one more time. Blitz comes. Blitz gets there that time.
He almost came out of
He
there.
tried to knock it free. That was Delane, I believe, right in the middle, 44, that got home, along with 63, Jair Frost. And the sack takes it back and makes it 4th and 12, and a punt situation for the Red Raiders. Second punt situation of the game, if they do, in fact, kick it. Williams and Gonzalez are deep twin safeties for Lorain. Snap is good. Almost getting home. Ball hits at the 40 and checks up. A good time to let that one alone. Good decision by Williams. Okay, and there's a teachable moment as it's going to cost Lorain 15 yards for the coach running out onto the field. And I'm not sure who that is, but they're talking about not touching the live ball in that situation as one of the Titans got in there as the whistle blew and tried to touch it. Now, I'm trying to see what the signal is. Okay, there is no penalty other than sideline warning. Okay.
Parker checking in here.
How you doing, Parker?
Pretty good. Yeah, on that play, Crow was sitting here on the sideline yelling out very clearly not to touch the ball. So as soon as he saw that, he ran on the field and grabbed the kid.
I didn't have to hear that he was yelling to know what he was yelling. I'll tell you that. Thank you. Motion from the Titans. Wyatt gets the snap back, looks, throws short.
Oh, come on. That would have been a nice one.
It was intended for Gonzalez. The coverage was a little bit late getting there. And the incompletion will make it 2nd and 10. Good protection that time.
I like that. He stayed in the pocket.
Right.
That's why I thought that would have been a great pass to complete. He did everything right. Yeah, give him some time. He'll do his job.
And Wyatt comes up and talks to the line. He empties the backfield. Hagler's on the near side in between Poole and Williams. And here comes Gonzalez. They fake the jet sweep, run the counter with
Have they
going
ran?
nowhere. I don't think they've run the jet sweep yet.
Sometimes you got to run it a couple times to make the counter work.
I mean,
Yeah. But you have to block it right because, without blocking, that jet sweep just doesn't work on its own.
the fake was into the short side that time, and Garfield and Shaker defensed the wide side.
Well, empty backfield this time. Empty.
Motion, keeping it straight ahead. Wyatt tries to get that's Gonzalez in the Wildcat. Somebody up high on him, obviously didn't grab on.
Yeah.
Wyatt or Gonzalez gets out of bounds at about the 46 is where it looks. Okay, now it's going to be spotted by the man on the near side.
And I don't think you're going to have to punt this one.
It's going to be 4th and 8.
Well, I was wrong. I thought he got all the way up to the 45.
Gonzalez is in. He is the punter. He's running the Wildcat on the last play.
Under the past coaching staff, the quick kick from this formation was one of their weapons.
Yes, it was, especially when Justin Sturgill was back there.
I think Eddie Williamson also punted a couple
times. A little
times.
bit, yeah. Gonzalez is alone in the backfield. Motion comes, faking the jet sweep, but he keeps it right into the stack. That just was nothing there. And no push from the line. And I think, as you've said, they're faking a play they haven't run yet. So that'll turn it over 1st and 10 to Shaker. And at some point, they were going to have to take a chance. And down 21, I guess they decided that was where they were going to make their stand. But it's 1st and 10 on the Lorain 42 for the Red Raiders, and they're already up 3 scores.
Yeah, I've seen Raphael Hagler limping off, so I hope he shakes off. Obviously,
he had an ankle last week, I believe.
I think it's the same one because didn't he do that a few times last week?
Give straight ahead. This is the original running back, Price, for about 8. Now the defense begins to get worn down because they've been out there quite a bit. Jeremiah Lopez, 56, 63, Frost, 64, Manning across the front right now. Fake the give, and he wants it all. Diaz has got his brother out there, but Gonzalez.
Nice. Oh, I thought he intercepted.
Now, he made a nice play on the ball.
Yeah.
He looked open when the ball was thrown. I thought that was 6, and Gonzalez used good closing speed and got up and got a hand on it. And honestly, he was the only one that had a chance to catch that. But I thought he was
going to bring it down. He had it. He had it for a half a second.
Now there's an official's timeout. I'm not sure. Oh, we're doing an equipment repair on one of the linemen. Julius Manning had something come loose on his helmet. One of his teammates helped him out. 3rd and 2. That was kind of house money as they were ahead of the sticks.
Somebody better spy day is on this one.
Give straight ahead instead. 1st down and more, and that is Price. Price gets it right for Shaker.
Price is right.
Yeah. Now helmet comes off of Lopez, 56. He's going to have to come out. And in his stead comes Tremaine Suttle, 37. First and 10, want to pass, throws a little bit of a bubble screen.
Nice blocking on that bubble
wide
screen.
Receiver blocking.
Yeah.
And that's going to take it down inside the 15. And
that's an easy pass to complete, but it's the blocking that makes it a successful play.
I think that's 18 Miles Madden, but the play was made by 11 Brandon Walker and 3 Aiden Diaz, just taking 2 men out of the play and allowing him to get outside. Give straight ahead to Price. Price up the middle inside the 10 for about 5 yards there. Once again, the middle of that Titan defense on the stop. Navon Wright, 15, 22, Roberto Diaz, 33, Noah Smith, 44, Jaylon DeLine across the backers. Snap back, pulling it down. This has proved to be problematic, and it is once again as Diaz gets down to about the 1 before he's pulled down from behind by Navon Wright.
Parker checking in here
Yes,
again.
sir.
It's very, very visible that Robert Gonzalez is gassed out there right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like Diaz is picking on him every single play.
Well, that time he just handed it off to the big fella next to him, and Price walked in for a 1-yard touchdown. And with 5:46 left in the half, the 4th score of the half for Shaker, all on the ground. And the starting tailback, Price, gets in on the act. This has been kind of automatic thus far.
That was the best kick so far.
Yes, it was. It was a follow, because of a good snap.
Yes. Well, you can say that Shaker's first 5 games were deceiving, being 0-5, because this offense looks like they can move against anybody.
Well, while we line up for the kick, we've got a second here to talk about. If you're looking to join a winning team, go to LorainSchools.org and click on the announcements tab, or go to the HR tab and find out what positions might be available. You can become a substitute teacher with the right education, monitors, aides, secretaries, cleaners, custodians. It'll walk you through the application process there, and always a good time to join the Titans. One more time, this young man's going to qualify for his letter right now. Straight ahead, that's Williams. Now he cuts it to the far side, gets around the first man, and just good assignment football there by Shaker. He got out to the 30, but every one of those last yards was accompanied by a hit.
Yeah. I don't know if that's the same field goal kicker, extra point kicker, but he only takes one step for his kickoff.
It is the same one. And, I noticed that earlier. I'm going to guess he might be a soccer player.
Yeah, kicking with the laces.
6'5", 160. So he's got good leverage. Gonzalez and the Wildcat now. 1st and 10 at the 30. 5:37 to go in the half. High snap doesn't help the timing as Gonzalez runs a keeper. Going to lose a couple.
Now, if you say Shaker has been seeing huddle plays, seen Lorain and be able to scout them, they see Gonzalez in the backfield. They know he's going to run the ball. Yes. So he's being spied right now. He has to hand off one of those jets.
I have seen him hand off. I have yet to see him throw the ball.
Okay.
So
you have to do something unexpected here.
Right. Hagler in motion. Ball fumbled. Gonzalez falls on it, back inside the 20.
And I'm not sure those snaps were all that bad.
I'm sure that one was not. I think it was going to be a fake to Hagler, and maybe the ball got stuck out and knocked loose. In any event, it is all of a sudden 3rd and 20. And Gonzalez once again alone in the backfield. Here comes motion. He's not even a fake of the jet sweep. Gets ahead for about 8 yards. That would have been good on 2nd down.
Yeah.
But it's going to bring up 4th and 12. And here comes the punting unit.
You know, with Parker's last comment that Gonzalez might be a little bit gassed, he doesn't leave the field.
No.
He plays defense, he plays offense, he punts.
Yep. He's back there now. High snap, good catch. High spinning kick coming near side, going to be caught right at the 44. And
not a fair catch.
No, that was really strange because I thought, what are they doing hitting Jaden Lewis? And
I think Jaden thought he did a fair catch because he didn't move after he got the ball.
Yeah, if anything, he backpedaled. And they're going to spot him right at the 40. He caught it at about the 43. And the Titans will defense there. 3:34 to go. 28 for Shaker, nothing for Lorain. The significance of that is the threat of a running clock in the second half. As Diaz has them out at the line, he's got Votruba next to him this time. 2 receivers to each side. Faked it, and it's blitz coming, and he gets past the blitz, and now on the run, hits a man, and that time his form was a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Going to pick up about 18 yards. As
I think he was square to the line of scrimmage when he threw that ball. He didn't sidearm it.
Ian Chevalier, number 19, on the catch. Titan right there to make the play, but you're kind of caught between the devil and the deep blue sea when he runs towards you. Because he's been so successful outside the pocket, you have to make a choice.
Yes.
And that's the first time he's actually completed something on the run. Snap was a little bit high. They want the bubble screen that was so effective the last time. And another nice job blocking. And the result is another big gain. That's Miles Madden, 18 again. And again, Aiden Diaz made a great block, and it's 1st and 10 at the 22.
And that passes behind the line of scrimmage, so they're allowed yards downfield to block.
Yep.
While the ball's in the air. But that was
straight ahead give. Titans blitzed into the line. Delane there on the tackle at about the 20. Give him a couple. Reinforcements are shuttling in for Lorain. Elliot Nehemiah comes in on defense. These guys are gassed. Parker's observation was very on point. And I don't think Gonzalez is out there on defense this time. Price is going to get to the flag. Touchdown. And from 20 yards.
Oh, that was Diaz again.
Yeah.
Diaz again.
That was a designed keeper.
Yeah.
And the 5th touchdown of the half, all on the ground. And quite honestly, well, let's look here. Diaz has got 81 yards on 3 touchdown scores. So I'm sure he's over 100 for the half.
He's obviously been the best runner on the field today.
Yeah. Even as that kick is up and once again through.
Almost to the band refreshments.
Let's take a look at Shaker's early season schedule, Tom, and see how things are deceiving. Okay. They started 0-4. Their 5th game was canceled, Bedford, in a COVID situation. They scored in their first 4 losses, 22, 20, 20, and 19 points.
So
their offense was always effective. Glen Oak beat them 31-22. Solon beat them 33-20. Dublin Jerome 24-20. And then a team out of Illinois that we know nothing about whatsoever, 23-19.
But the first 3 you mentioned are almost always in the playoffs.
Right. Well, now almost everybody is.
Yeah, that's a different story. But I mean, a lot of times, I think we played Jerome a couple times, didn't we?
Now
the playoff
there's a
games?
mark-off here. There must have been something unsportsmanlike after the extra point.
We didn't see a flag, but
they're lined up at the 25 rather than the 40. So 15-yard mark-off against the Red Raiders. And with 2:13 to go in the half, Titans need a big play. And that's one thing that has been sorely lacking this season for Lorain is the big play. Diaz had a 51-yard run against Sandusky for a touchdown. Aside from that, I don't remember anything much over 20 yards. Line drive kick's going to skid to Williams up the middle, trips at the 40, cuts it back. If he can get to the corner, he's got a block. Gonzalez 45. Trevon Williams fumbled the football as he hit the ground. And since the ground can't cause a fumble, it'll be Lorain's ball at the 49. Well, that was sure exciting, Tom.
It was, because he made, 20 yards, but he had to run 80 yards to do it.
Yeah. So that's one more time as they come out. Did you know that the emergency medical forms are online? Forms are available at lorainschools.org, final forms, and that allows you to update your contact information and student information. Make sure that your phone numbers are there in case of an illness or an emergency at school. Wyatt now back, Hagler in motion. Snap, Wyatt rolls. Wyatt wants to throw. Wyatt does throw. Nice pass.
He threw it where no one else could catch it but this receiver.
And that was Robert Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something to note about Joseph Wyatt down here.
Yep.
But on every single defensive possession, he is attached to the hip of Coach Crow. They sit there, they go over plays, they go on the tablet, and they work through the entire defensive possession.
Yeah.
And, and what they're working through is the video of that possession. We've seen teams, we saw Sandusky with the big screens on the bench for offensive. Wyatt's in trouble, gets it out wide beyond the line of scrimmage and towards an eligible receiver.
I seen the official pointing to him, making sure everyone doesn't think there was
that was
Downing.
18, Xavier Smith.
But it was a smart play getting rid of the ball.
Yes, it was. And I don't know that the Joseph Wyatt of the early season would have made that play.
He would try to make something good happen, and it wouldn't have happened.
Or he would have taken the sack. 3rd and a couple. Wyatt again steps up, ducks under pressure, and no chance to get rid of that. The interior of the line.
I'd like to see him have some pass patterns where there's people short in the middle, where he can just, of course, he's short. He still has to look over that line and get to someone right there in that 10-yard range.
Under a minute to play, Titans will line up on 4th and 7, and why not?
Yeah.
Snap is back. Wyatt pulls it down, wings one. Nice pitch and catch. First down. That is Xavier Smith, number 18, went up high to get that. Wyatt put it where he had to put it to get it over the linebacker. Now there's a whistle and a timeout. Now it would sure be nice to see the Titans cash this in.
I see a coach trying to tell one of his linemen how to block when that end is trying to get around him.
At every level, that's the guy that's hard to block because he can go as wide as he wants, and you can only go so wide without opening up the hole between the guard and the tackle. So that slide step and making contact with the body at every level of football. I mean, just take a look at number 95 for the Browns on Sunday and see the difficulty that people have and how far out he winds up.
So take a look at the Steelers. He's the highest paid end rusher in the NFL because that position is so important. So the offensive tackle is more important on your offense to block him.
Right. So Wyatt's got him out over the ball. 37 seconds left. Titans with 1 timeout left. 1st and 10 on the 36. Hagler in motion. Snap is back. Wyatt's got it. Steps up. Unloads. You got a man out there. And back at you.
That
That was Robert Gonzalez, and that was Shaker making a play while the ball was in the air like Gonzalez did earlier in the quarter. Number 8, Jaden Lewis, reacted well while the ball was in the air, because when he let it go, I thought we were in good shape. And good reaction by the Red Raiders back there.
It was a nice defensive play because he got to the high point of the ball and knocked it straight down rather than just trying to tip it around.
Right. The clock is their ally with 31 seconds to go, 2nd and 10. Did stop on the incompletion, saving the Titans' last timeout. High snap. Wyatt?
Oh, come on.
I think he was expecting Hagler to run, and Hagler was stopped. And the pass led him, and they're communicating a little bit now, but the incompletion makes it 3rd and 10. And I think right there was what you were talking about a little earlier, about something a little bit shorter that guys could catch and make a move with.
Yeah. I don't know if Lorain has the little bubble screen with downfield blocking into their the passing repertoire or not, but that would be something they can complete.
Hagler again in motion. High snap. Wyatt one-hands this one. Throws it out. Got a man. Hagler cutting it inside down to about the 27. Timeout Lorain. It'll be 4th down and a long 1, short 2 situation, it looks like. They have to get to inside the 26. They are just inside the 27. So let's call it 4th and 1. 19 seconds left. Now, anything's open because the clock will stop on the 1st down, and I would think then you'd get up to the line and spike it.
Well, they don't have anybody goes up, and you can't spike it from the.
You can throw it out of bounds.
Yeah, you can do that. But they can be calling 2 plays on the huddle right now to make sure, because the second one's going to be a pass probably to Robert Gonzalez.
And what you've got here is a learning experience. It's 35 to nothing.
Yeah.
In the long outcome of this contest, this situation probably doesn't matter. But before you can perfect something, you have to be in the situation.
Because this may be a shaker play 2 games from now that you need.
Correct. So Gonzalez comes out. Got some different guys in there. Hyro Williams, 41, quick as a bug out there in the slot. Now they move 47, Evan Smith, and here comes Hyro in motion. Snap is back. Wyatt pulls it down, and he's just not going to have a chance.
I don't think he made that.
No, then everybody was deep.
Yeah.
And just never had a chance to get it off. And it'll go over on downs with 13 seconds to go. Shaker already up 35 to nothing. One would think they might drop to a knee.
I remember seeing spread teams way back there when, this was a rarity to see it. And you watch every pass play, they had someone 10 yards deep in the middle.
Right.
You never knew who it was going to be. I didn't even know how they knew who it was going to be. But that was always that safety valve. In a case like that, you could just dump it to them.
And they are lined up in victory formation. Yeah. Diaz will take the snap, drop back a couple, and that'll wind the clock. That'll end the half. And what a long half it has been for Lorain, as a couple things went well, but mostly it was a Red Raider Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And they lead at the half 35 to nothing. We're going to step away. Joe Bach will be back with the Lorain High School band show, and then we'll see you for third quarter action after that. back here at the George. Shaker Heights set to kick off. It's 35-0. They lead, so we'll have a running clock after the ball is put in play. We were watching this young man warm up at halftime, and he's got quite a leg as he sends it deep to the 10. Williams has it, cuts it straight ahead, and got as much as he could out near the 30. That is Trevon T.J. Williams, and the Titans will take over there.
Aiden King on the tackle there. Nice little tackle, kept in his lane.
Yeah, we were watching Muhammad El-Mashi work on his field goals, and he had one that would have been a 50-yarder that hit the crossbar.
And made a couple 40-yarders.
Yes. Okay, the clock begins. Even though it has begun, we are almost to 11 minutes before we get the right personnel out there. Titans now with 11 on the field, and Wyatt gets the signal.
They have Bowen back at nose.
Yeah.
Yes, he goes to the strong side each time.
Wyatt wants to throw, has a man, but it's picked. He never saw the linebacker who came from inside. Pass was intended for Williams, and he never had a chance. The first play coming from underneath was Aiden King, number 10, the linebacker, and it'll go over to Shaker on the second turnover of the ball game. Although the Titans have turned it over a couple times on downs.
Yeah. You hate to see fumbles or interceptions this time. That's really discouraging. I was waiting for a nice long drive.
Look at the size of number 69 as he comes up at right tackle, Tom. 6'4", 298. Gives straight ahead. Not a lot there. Luke Wilson and 33, Noah Smith on the play.
Yeah.
Give him a gain of a couple.
Shaker does have some size, offense and defense.
Aiden Diaz kind of playing behind the tackle there and going to use him like a pulling tight end. And into the backfield that time, the Titans with some penetration. 56 and 60. Wilson.
Luke Wilson getting up last. So usually
and
that
Jeremiah
means
Lopez got there.
If you get up last, you usually meant you hit first.
Almost.
I didn't think he went over, did he?
No. Trips to the far side with a back on that side as well. They're going to load it up to that way. A man over the middle.
Oh my, oh my, oh my.
T.J. Williams had a touchdown go off his hands as he made a break on the ball, and it was high, and he had to go up over his head for it, and it just slid through the diamond. And
that would have been the turnaround that really mattered.
Well, the big play, right.
Yep.
We're down to 8:45 as Shaker comes out to kick the ball. Williams and Gonzalez are deep at about the 8-yard line. Punt formation is Bryce Aliff. He's the backup kicker. Neither team in much of a hurry here. Kick is away. Kick is high. Kick is coming out of bounds. Lands just inside the 20, so we'll see where they spot it outside the 20 at the 20. Well, right at the 20-yard line. There's that round-off theory, Tom. And while the teams change sides, we'll talk about spaghetti. I can't get anything past you. There's a carry-out spaghetti done fundraiser for the Lorain Schools Issue 37 Levy Committee this Wednesday, October 13th in the Lorain High Cafeteria. Tickets must be purchased in advance from Bambi Dillon, 440-654-8853. $10 will get you a dinner and dessert. There's motion as Wyatt's got him set. Defensive line shifts to the strong side. Wyatt has trouble with the snap and just falls on it inside the 15.
Well,
Snap back. Wyatt wants to throw. Throws into the middle off the hands of a receiver. Incomplete.
it looked like Gonzalez.
And if that was Gonzalez, and if he'd have caught that, there might have been the big play possibility we've been looking at. We're down 7 minutes in the third quarter with the clock running.
I do like the location of that pass. It was on the
Yes, it
middle.
was.
You see how wide open it was.
30. It's 3rd and 18 for Lorain. Wyatt is back there. Good snap that time. He steps up. He loads up. That one he overthrew. He was looking for T.J. Williams and instead sailed long towards a Red Raider, and the Titans will kick on 4th down. You know, 3rd and 18, not the kind of call you want to make when you're down 35-0 with a young team.
There's not a whole lot of things you can call.
Yeah. That's when you signal the quarterback, this one's on you. Gonzalez just inside the goal line, set and punt formation. Twin safeties back at about the 45 for Shaker Heights. High snap, Gonzalez gets it, boots it away with one step. Going to hit short of the 40 and bounce across the 50. That's going to turn out to be all right. Back to about the 47-yard line.
One thing I like about his punting, they always roll
forward. Yes. And he seems to have cured the wildness.
Yeah.
Early in the season, Robert was coming way across his body with his leg, almost a soccer-style punt. And as a result, he had a tendency to hook him out of bounds.
Yeah. Okay.
And that he's left-footed, so that one's actually on the other side of the field from where it would have been at the beginning of the season. Heights is out over the ball. Their quarterback is Adam Diaz, number 2. He's got a couple of 3 running touchdowns, I believe. There's the give straight ahead for Von Truba. Truba hits a backer and keeps going.
I think Noah Smith was the first contact out there, wasn't he?
As well as Costco, 16, Tyler. But the gain was for 11 and a first down to the 43 of Lorain. Now, Titans with some substitution issues. They're going to give Delane a break. 3 down linemen, 4 backers, 4 in the secondary for Lorain. But the give is straight ahead, hitting the backfield there, bouncing off was the first man. Football down, football is wide. Football is good. Look at this. They fumbled it behind the line and gained 25 yards. And if not for Robert Gonzalez, they'd be kicking an extra point.
Who was that that missed the tackle? Because he was in there.
He bounced off 37. Subtle. No, it was Tremaine Subtle. Okay. Bounced off in the backfield, but I'm not sure what caused the fumble, if that was it. But the ball was bouncing free, and alertly, the younger Diaz picked it up, and he was off to the races with only Gonzalez between him and the goal line.
I was going to say the Suttles did a nice job.
Yes. 1st and 10 at the 20, 3:50 to go, third quarter. Snap is on the ground, and Diaz falls on it. And there was no panic there. Just fall on it and try to make the next play. Well done. And that's when you don't have to take chances. You can do things like that. Under 3 minutes to go, third quarter. 2nd and 17. That's Vitruba. Gets through the first and corralled in the middle. Michael DiMassimo on the tackle. He went for a little bit of a ride, though, as the game was about 5. It's going to be 3rd and 14. Whoops.
Well, I think they drew him offside.
Now it's going to be 3rd and 8.
Yeah.
And there's never, got to learn.
Watch the ball. This is usually a position where
straight ahead. They went back to what
Yeah.
was working at the beginning of the game, and Vitruba's bouncing off people down inside the 15. He's not going to have the first down, but he's going to have most of it back. And here comes the field goal unit.
well, this is a very long extra point, but well into his range.
Boy, they have some big offensive linemen.
Yes.
This is El Mache. Ball down, kick is away plenty long enough, and it's true. It is true from 30 yards. And the lead goes.
Whoa, there looks like a little scuffle.
Oh, here we go.
Flags are flying. I got to believe he's on sportsmanlike somewhere. We don't know who it's called on, though.
And it could go both ways.
It looked like 69, 64. We're getting a little extracurricular with the Lorain defensive line out there.
Okay, well, there's a lot of frustration out there in blue, and we'll see what comes of it. But while we wait, a dead ball, personal foul, Shaker Heights. Extra point is good, so they'll walk this one back to the 25. And that may have been what happened on the previous play in the second quarter. But we'll talk about a little bit about text notifications while they mark the penalty off. If you are a parent or a student in Lorain City Schools, this one's for you. Get information on the inside. Text Y or yes to 67587, and School Messenger will allow you to get text updates from all the schools that you have signed up for in Final Forms. So if you have 3 students at 3 different schools, you're going to get information from every one of them. You'll be the first one on the block to know about a snow day. You'll know about parent-teacher conferences, field trips, and everything else. Kick is away, bouncing at 25, and Williams cuts. Williams is tackled at the 35. It looks like he's having some trouble with his footing tonight.
I see him limping now. Now, I don't know if that's the reason why. He had to make a sharp cut there.
Yeah. So the clock starts with a minute 15 to go, and the Titans trailing by 38. Scarvelli has him out over the ball. Wyatt is gone the whole way at the quarterback other than a wildcat possession. Snap is back. Wyatt drops, throws, got a man.
Now,
Ooh, it had a block, too.
Yes,
Williams made a block, and the pass was complete for Hyro Williams. Hyro is a 5'9" freshman, and he has all the speed and quick. He reminds me of a young Tyshawn Lighty. Now, what I'm hoping for is in 2 years, he reminds me of an old Tyshawn Lighty.
Yeah.
Because he was something special.
Tyshawn, I remember one game, he scored every time he touched the ball.
Yeah. There's Williams again, same play, this time for a gain of a yard. And the difference was the coverage.
Yeah.
That was Kai James, number 15, who ball hit receiver and defender hit receiver almost at the same time. So a very slight gain out over the 40, and it's a timeout for the end of the quarter. We've played 3 at the George. Shaker Heights, 38. Lorain, not. Back with the 4th after this timeout. The entertaining tones of the Lorain High Band bring us back to the fourth quarter. Joseph Wyatt has them set, third down and about 6. The clock is trying to be run, but nobody started it yet. Hyro Williams, every official out there is windmilling. Wyatt.
He's open in the middle.
And he's throwing for Gonzalez, who was caught the ball between defenders. And
I seen it first, I think.
yes, you did. And that was a little bit of waving him along, and Joseph Wyatt made a great adjustment on the pressure and got his feet set and made that throw. It didn't have a lot on it, but it got where it needed to go, and fundamentally he did a lot of things right there. That's great to see in his development. 1st and 10 at the 31 as my roster blows away. That's Hyro Williams again in motion. Wyatt rolls. Wyatt going to pull it down. Wyatt's going to cut it up. Makes a couple of moves and gets down to about the 23.
He almost made a move to get clear.
And you know what? Good
fancy steps.
Good for him as he's making some plays. And I get an assistance from the camera girl to pick up my roster. I appreciate that. 2nd down, give him 7 on that one. It didn't seem like he went that far. But the threat of the pass on the last play made the run possible. So 2nd and a long 3 for Lorain. There's motion, puts 3 receivers to the near side. Now Williams again in motion, but Wyatt's going to bring it on a sweep this way. Wyatt gets it ahead down toward the 15. That's going to move the sticks.
I think the lesson he'll learn in movies tomorrow is follow your blockers, because there was 3 people there. Now he only made an extra 4 or 5 yards, but you always go where your blockers go.
And that's going to take it down into the 16, and it's going to make it 1st and 10. Titans looking for a positive here, something to take away. Nice drive thus far. Hyro Williams in motion. Wyatt rolls that way. Wyatt wants to throw to the end zone. Got a man out there.
They wave him in or out.
I'm waiting for a signal. Touchdown.
Yeah.
To the house with the freshman. Number 41.
Yeah.
Hyro Williams.
The official kept us in suspense for a long time.
And the Titans get on the board with 9:31 to go in the game. And that was from the 11. Tyler Costco out of the hold of Derek Morta. Ball down, kick away.
Good.
That was as good as goal, too. So the Titans get on the board here on senior night. And it's a sophomore to a freshman that got it done. But that was a well-thrown ball because it was kind of a fade route to a 5'6" freshman. So let's give the credit to the catch, getting the feed inbounds.
And he had to throw it over a defender.
Wyatt getting it over a defender. And then, so with 9:31 to go, clock stopped before the kickoff. And we'll talk about joining a winning team. If you want to join a winning team, then go to LorainSchools.org and click on the announcements section or /HR to that section and look at positions that may be available. Looking for work as a substitute teacher, secretary, cleaner, safety officer, you name it. If it's available, you can apply right there online and join a winning team, the group that works with the Titans on a day-to-day basis. And I can tell you that works hard with the Titans on the day-to-day basis because I see one of them. I'm married to one of them. So the Titans will kick after the touchdown. And as we said, Tom, it's 38-7. So in the big picture, does it matter? Not a whit, but
not for this game, but for the future, it does.
Yes. I mean, that's a sophomore throwing to a freshman. Nice job by the offensive line, giving him time to throw it. Costco will put foot into it. Costco gets it away, sends it driving down the middle to about the 14. Coming straight ahead one more time. That is Brandon Walker, who took the first kickoff out over the 50. This time he's knocked out of bounds just shy of the 35.
Just to jump to that last drive there.
Yeah, go ahead.
That is the most calm and collected I've seen Wyatt this entire season. Every single play, he was avoiding pressure, avoiding tacklers, and he was just getting up, getting back to the line of scrimmage, calling the play, and then making the next play.
And I can tell you that you started to see it last week, Parker, at the road game at Garfield Heights. It just looked like the game all of a sudden slowed down for him. And that touchdown pass was a thing of beauty with the way he stopped and set his feet. Snap backup quarterback now. And backup runner as well, 37 grade Poindexter on the carry. Gain of a couple. Quarterback is senior Jeremiah Timko. You don't see too many QBs with 38 on, but he's one. And good for the Shaker coaching staff getting the senior some time. Poindexter next to him is a sophomore. 2 receivers to each side for the Red Raiders. 7:50 and the clock is running. That's Poindexter again. He makes a move in the backfield, finds an opening, gets it out across the 45 to about the 48. He'll have the first down. Gonzalez is there along with Costco. And 24, Jermaine Childs, another senior for the Lorain Titans. 3 seniors on that tackle.
Well, I was going to say there's a lot of clean jerseys out there, but
that's the
turf.
turf.
You see that the whole game now. I mean, that was the way in the old days how you tell if you're substituting.
Yeah, you could tell if the JVs were coming in because they were, especially if you were wearing white.
Yeah.
And especially this time of the season. Now the guys practice on the field. We had a game here yesterday, a junior high game after practice, and there was a soccer game earlier in the week, and it still looks the same. And the gift that keeps on giving.
Wow.
Nice defensive play from inside.
Yeah.
That was 64. Julius Manning coming from his spot over the ball this time.
He's the nose man on this play, or in this formation.
They have moved. Well, he looks like he's in. Yeah, they move these guys around. This time over the ball, DiMassimo, 55. And
yeah, I don't know the terminology Lorain uses, but I would call their outside guys tackles because if you look at their inside eye of the offensive tackle.
Okay. Poindexter goes wide and gets hit in the backfield. Back to the original, to the line of scrimmage. TJ Williams.
Yeah.
6 minutes to go. You've got your backup in. If you're Shaker Heights, I think Lorain is not anticipating the ball going in the air. Now, maybe at 3rd and 13, it might.
Yeah, we'll see if Poindexter has an arm.
Well, actually, it's
Timko.
Yeah. 5.5 minutes to go when this ball is snapped. Poindexter's got it again straight ahead and gets a little bit back to about the 49 and tossed down.
I see a punt team coming on.
Maybe on right on the tackle. Another senior. So Coach Creel's getting a lot of the older kids in here. Roberto Diaz, 22, coming out. Samir Crawford, 27, a freshman, going out wide to take on the gunner. Punter in punt formation back at his 35, waiting for the snap. Steps into it, punt is away. Low kick going to hit it about the 25 and check up. Wisely getting out of the way was TJ Williams. And with 4.5 to go, 4:35 to be exact, The Titans will take over on their 21.
I think the clock has stopped right now for the first time
Change
for a
of
long time.
possessions.
Change of possessions, but we'll pick it up here soon. So
As soon as they spot the ball ready for play, it'll go.
yeah.
Normally, a change of possession, it would go on the snap. But now,
It gives Lorain one more chance for a nice long drive.
so
That's what we're anticipating.
Wyatt's got him out. He's gone the whole way, trips to his left, and that has been his favorite direction. Now he yells something out to Gonzalez. Wyatt pulls it down. He rolls. He sets the feet, throws over the middle. Got a man. Robert Gonzalez at the 35. First down. Good adjustment again in the backfield from Wyatt. Set the feet. And,
Yeah, crossing pattern's a hard one to cover, too.
it may sound like we're, beating a dead horse, but, understand that Joseph Wyatt's last football game before this season was as a 10-year-old. And now he's playing varsity football.
Against a pretty good team.
And I'm pretty impressed with his ability to master the terminology. Wyatt rolling. Wyatt keeping this time. Cuts it up inside a man. Out, got another first down out at the 46. And that was a good
Nice,
decision. No indecision whatsoever there. He made a move and made a cut. And with 3:15 to go, the ball is spotted at the 48, and the Titans are ready to play. Whistle. Timeout by the officials as there's an injured Raider on the play. So while they tend to him kneeling at about the 45, the Titans will come over and talk to Coach Creel.
Now you might say, but Shaker only has her seconds in, but
you can only play with the guys that line up against you.
Exactly what I'm going to say. I mean, all you got to do is play the game you're
right
the way you've been coached.
Yeah, you don't. They don't say, okay, touchdowns are only worth 5 now because they've got their seconds in.
Right.
It doesn't work that way. So the clock is ready to go. Injured player is off the field, and the Titans will jog back out. Clock is at 3:03 and running. So the Titans may end up in a time crunch here as we're under 3 minutes and they're just getting out there to line up.
Gotta hustle.
4 receivers to the near side. Now they switch sides with the wing back, so it's 2 to the left. Snap, Wyatt has it. Wyatt rolls. There was a hold that didn't get called. Wyatt wants to load it up, now brings it down, and he runs. Nice play from inside. And that was 24, Brian Patterson. And again, Wyatt made a decisive move there. He didn't throw it on the run into coverage. He wanted, it looked like Kevin Harper, 19, down long.
Rico Anderson, I think, I'm looking right, was down, but he got covered after a while. I mean,
Wyatt.
There it is.
Throws the out to Hyro Williams.
There it is.
Gets a block, gets a first down, gets tossed down. Keep the clock down at 2 minutes and clock ticking. Down to the 41. With 1:45 to go as the Titans get the play in. And again, they're not playing for tonight right now. They're playing for the rest of the season. There's the timeout. And I know there's some disgruntlement down in front of us, but it's 38-7.
Yeah.
So whether or not the Titans burned a timeout or wasted some clock is immaterial as much as the learning that's going on right now. And I sense the frustration. I feel the frustration, and nobody's more frustrated than the kids and the coaches. But let me tell you, they have, for the most part, this season, displayed great poise and sportsmanship throughout what has been some trying times.
Yeah.
And, you can look at them and say, okay, well, they're 0-8. But I'll tell you what, having been to probably half of the practices and seen the learning and coaching that's going on, I'm as proud of
Yeah.
these guys, as the team I was that went to the Final 8, Tom.
Well, I said I think the first game I seen them play that there'll be a successful season if they continue to grow.
Right.
And if you play better at the end of the season than you did at the beginning of the season, and you can see the growth on especially a young quarterback like Mr. Wyatt.
Right. And, there's
Yeah.
some big-time seniors are going to be lost. Jacob Addis, Robert Gonzalez, and those
Yeah.
guys. Let's not forget about Friedel Gote Cadjo, who had a broken tibia in the second ball game of the season, has been out.
I mentioned people were mentioning Tracy Williams.
Tracy Williams has just had foot and bone problems all season, is not dressed. Trips to the short side, the left. Wyatt's got him set. Snap is back. Wyatt drops. Wyatt steps up. Wyatt wants to go long. Wyatt wants to throw it. Wyatt pulls it down. Wyatt runs, is going to have a first down and get out of bounds inside the 30 with 1:10 to go.
Trouble is that getting out of bounds doesn't stop the clock.
Stop the clock now.
Yeah. I mean, you got to give Shaker a lot of credit.
Yeah.
They had everyone well covered.
Yes, and they know that we're going to throw. Coach Creel urgently sending in a message.
Yeah.
With 59 seconds to go. And it's just one of those, you don't want to waste a timeout when you're down any more than you want the team that's up 31 to call a timeout. Wyatt on the run. Wyatt into the end zone. Another touchdown. Hyro Williams, is that to the house, or is that?
I can't see it from here. He's in the shade.
I think it is, because it's not TJ Williams. He's the first one on the scene.
Is that a 41?
I believe it is.
That was 41 Hyro
Okay.
Williams.
Thanks, Bart.
Thank you, buddy. And that was, once again, great poise. And Hyro Williams from 28 yards gets his second touchdown of the game and of his varsity career. That kick is blocked, and it'll stay at 38-13 Shaker, who's going to come out of here with the win. But the Titans, if there's any consolation in it, the clock's going to stop for the last 41 seconds, Tom.
No running clock for then. Yeah. Does everyone out there listening know the rules? It has to be 30 points,
30 points
or greater.
And once it gets inside, so Costco will bring them out. We got one more opportunity here to remind you about the emergency medical forms. Did you know that the EMAs are online? Forms are available at lorainschools.org/final forms. Parents, please make sure your contact information is updated. If your child has an accident, becomes ill, any reason they need to reach you, you have to have a phone number for them to get in touch. And it's also the permission, should something serious happens, for them to be treated. So please, please, please update that information. Instructions are available on the website. And if you need help, call Final Forms Hotline at 440-830-4024 or email finalforms@loraincsd.org. So, you got something to go home, feel good about yourselves anyhow. And again, it's against the second team, but the touchdown still counts 6. And
just think of these 9th and 10th graders were playing at their own level.
Right.
What kind of teams that the Lorain would have up and down the lineup?
There's 10 freshmen in uniform for varsity.
Yeah.
That play is whistled out of bounds. Clock stops with 33 seconds to go. First time in the half, other than timeouts and touchdowns, that it stopped, Tom. And change of possession, excuse me.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Well,
so Shaker Heights will have the ball one last time with 33 seconds. I'm going to guess we're going to see some handoffs.
probably one and let the clock run out.
That's what I'm going to guess. Titans get some young guys in. Dennis Pettis, last one out. He has been at cornerback the whole way. A lot of seniors out there for their last time at home. Here's the snap, takes a knee, and that ought to do it. Let's see, the clock stopped with 32 seconds left. That was the clock operator.
Yeah. That wasn't the officials because he's winding it right now.
Now, has he marked it ready for play yet? Teams have started to shake hands. Lorain's got 6 guys on the field. Shaker Heights doesn't have a back. So I think that's going to do it as the clock is at 12 and ticks off. And both teams decided enough was enough. And the handshake line at the 50 as the two teams exchange greetings. And this one was all Shaker from the get, Tom. They had 21 at the end of the first quarter, scoring on 3 of their 4 possessions. And from then on, it was Lorain trying to make something good happen. It was 35-0 at the half, so that started the second half with the running clock. And that's where we played all but the last 41 seconds as the Titans, with freshman Hyro Williams getting 2 touchdown passes from quarterback Joseph Vaughn to put 2 touchdowns on the board. Tyler Costco made an extra point and had 1 blocked. 38-13 was the final. Shaker moves to 3-4 on the season, while the Titans drop to 0-8 in their George Daniel finale tonight.
Well, and it won't get any easier because they have to play Medina next week. I think I read the paper and it said something, it would be the miracle of all miracles if they do that, but you got to play the game that's scheduled. Right. But then they'll come up with Shaw. Right. And that gives you one more chance to get a win out of the season.
And we got a lot of people here. Unfortunately, I didn't get any names tonight, so I'll just generically wish Club TV 20 thank you for all you've done with advisor Terry Trout and Joe Bach, the man. Down on the field, Parker Kapranica, as always, doing a great job. From my partner, Tom Bauer, this is Jay Ferguson reminding you that it is a great time to be a Titan.